Hey there and welcome. So, if you've ever played around with an AI chatbot and walked away feeling, well, a little let down, you're definitely not alone. But here's a thought. What if the secret to getting absolutely mind-blowing results isn't about waiting for some futuristic, smarter AI? What if it's actually about learning how to ask smarter questions right now? You know that feeling, right? You get all excited, you open up ChatGPT or Claude, you have this big idea in your head. You type in your question, and what you get back is just so generic, so bland. Honestly, it's not even that helpful. It really feels like you're just talking to a very polite but very clueless wall. It's a super common frustration, and it stops so many of us from tapping into what these tools can really do. I mean, just look at this. It's a perfect example. On the left, a totally normal question, how do I get new clients? And on the right, you get this same bullet points you'd find on page 10 of a Google search. Use social media, network. Yeah, no kidding. It's not wrong, but it's completely useless because there's zero insight for your specific business. And that right there, that's the whole issue. It's not that the AI is dumb, not at all. It's that we're using it like a simple search engine when we should be treating it like a creative partner. Just a small tweak in how we approach it can totally transform the results. And that tweak has a name, meta prompting. Now, I know, it sounds a little technical, maybe a little nerdy, but the idea is incredibly simple. Instead of beating your head against the wall trying to write the perfect prompt, you just ask the AI to help you write it. You turn it into your co-pilot. You ask it how to best ask the question. Seriously, this one little change makes all the difference. So today, we're going to break this all down into 3 simple keys to unlock your AI. First, we'll talk about how to give your prompts some real structure. Second, why providing your own references is a total game changer. And third, how to think in steps to get way deeper analysis. Let's jump into that first key. All right, key number 1 is all about structure. Here's the thing. Vague questions get vague answers. It's that simple. But by giving our requests a really clear, detailed structure, we're basically handing the AI a professional-level creative brief. And that's how we get exactly what we want. A really solid, well-structured prompt usually has these 4 parts. You tell it the goal, what you're trying to achieve. You define the output format. Give me this as a friendly email or put it in a table. You set constraints, the rules of the game, what it should and shouldn't do. And finally, you give it reference material for context. Putting these pieces together turns a fuzzy wish into a crystal clear command. And here's the best part. You don't even have to come up with this structure yourself. You can literally just ask the AI to do the heavy lifting for you. Just give it a meta prompt like this one. You hand it your simple, basic idea, and it will build out that detailed, structured request for you. It's amazing. Okay, so you've made this great structured prompt, but the first answer you get back, it's still not quite there. That's totally normal. In fact, that's where the real magic starts. This isn't about one-shot perfection. It's about starting a conversation. Think of it like a real collaboration. You give it feedback. You say, hey, can you make that part more concise or drill down on that third point for me? You go back and forth, refining and tweaking until the answer is absolutely perfect. But next time you need this, you don't want to go through that whole conversation again. You want that perfect result in one single step. So the big question is, how do you bottle that lightning? How do you take that perfect outcome from your conversation and turn it into something powerful and repeatable that you can use over and over again? You guessed it, another meta prompt. Once you've got that perfect final answer, you just ask the AI to do this. It'll look at your whole conversation, all your feedback, all its revisions, and it will actually reverse engineer a new killer prompt for you. What you get is a powerful, reusable prompt asset. It's like saving your best work. On to our second key, providing references. This one is so important. Grounding the AI in your own data, your own documents, is absolutely crucial if you want results that are accurate, relevant, and trustworthy, especially for any kind of professional work. You have to remember, AI models aren't these all-knowing gods. Their knowledge has a cutoff date, and it can sometimes be like a blurry, half-remembered version of the internet. So when you give it your own specific documents or data, you dramatically lower the chances of it just making stuff up. That's what people call hallucinations. It ensures the answers are up-to-date, factually correct, and built for your world, not just scraped from some generic website. So what kind of reference materials should you give it? Well, the easiest way to figure that out is to just ask the AI. Describe what you're trying to do, and then use a meta prompt just like this one. The AI will literally tell you what it needs to do its best work. It might ask for a financial report, or a project brief, or even just some examples of your writing style. This brings us to our final and honestly probably the most powerful key of all, thinking in steps. Instead of asking the AI to tackle some huge, complex task all in one go, we're going to break it down into a sequence of smaller, logical tasks, exactly like a human expert would. And the difference is just night and day. Look at this. On the left, a giant request like write a business report is going to give you a really shallow, generic summary. But on the right, by breaking it down into steps, we're guiding the AI through a much more thoughtful process. Each step builds on the last one, and that leads to a final product that's way more detailed and insightful. But hey, how do you even know what the right steps are? Here's a really cool technique. Ask the AI to put on a hat, to adopt an expert persona. You can start by asking it what kind of expert would be best for your problem. It might say, oh, for this you need a brand strategist. Great. Then your next prompt is simply, okay, act as a brand strategist and tell me the steps you would take. What you're doing here is creating a map of thought. It's a strategic plan that you and the AI can follow together. Following this map unlocks a much deeper, more logical kind of reasoning than you could ever get from just a single lonely prompt. So, when you start putting all these pieces together, the structure, the references, the step-by-step thinking, something really fundamental starts to shift. We stop seeing the AI as just a tool that we command, and we start seeing it as a partner that we collaborate with. And it creates this amazing upward spiral. You ask the AI for help writing a better prompt. That leads to you giving it better instructions. Better instructions, of course, get you way better results. But here's the most important part. Through this whole process, you actually get smarter about your own goals and your own work. It makes you a better thinker, so you can ask even better questions next time. At the end of the day, this isn't about memorizing some list of magic prompts you find online. That stuff is brittle. It breaks. The real secret here is a shift in your mindset. It's about learning how to have a more effective, a more creative, and a more collaborative conversation. So let's end with this thought, because it's so important. The true power of AI gets unlocked the moment we stop treating it like a dusty old encyclopedia and start treating it like what it is, a brilliant, tireless collaborator that's just waiting for a good partner to give it direction. The next big leap in getting amazing things done with AI isn't going to come from a new model or new company. It's going to come from you, from all of us, building better partnerships with the incredible tools we already have. So the only question left is, with your new co-pilot by your side, what will you create?